guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Have you ever wondered how designers create those stunning animated gradients, fluid distortions, and interactive visual effects that make modern websites feel alive? Well, with Framer shaders, creating those effects is now easier than ever. Today, I'm going to teach you how the new shaders work in Framer and how you can use them in your projects. So, let's get started. Before we dive into how they work, let's first understand what shaders actually are. Framer Shaders is a GPU-rendered visual effects system built directly into the Framer canvas. It allows you to create highly dynamic, animated visual effects, such as interactive gradients, particles, and image distortions, directly inside Framer, all without writing any code. Without further ado, let's get started. Here, I've already created a simple hero section. Now, go to Insert, and under the Elements section, you'll find Shaders. There, you can see different types of shaders, including gradient, images, logo, and effects. Let's take a look at how the liquid gradient works. Click and drag the shader into our hero section. Next, we need to change its position to absolute and set both the width and height to 100% so that it fully covers the hero section. Now that's done. Next, let's tweak the settings to make it look better. To do that, select the shader and look at the right panel. Under the Liquid Gradient Components section, you'll see several settings that you can adjust, such as colors and other properties. I'll give you a simple tip. To create a better gradient, start by removing the extra colors and keep only 2 colors in the beginning. Then, if needed, slowly add additional colors one by one. This gives you more control over the gradient and makes it easier to achieve a balanced result. You'll also find other settings such as seed, speed, scale, amplitude, and more. Feel free to experiment with these values and find what works best for your design. Once everything is ready, go ahead and preview it to see the final result. Now, let's check out some of the other shaders. The shaders under the gradient category work in a very similar way. You can use whichever one best suits your design. Let's move on and take a look at some of the effects shaders. These effects are perfect for hero sections and footer sections. Let's place the mesh effect into our hero section. Just like we did earlier, set the shader's position to absolute, make the width and height 100%, and place it behind the text content. Now, we can tweak the settings from the right panel. Here, you can change the mesh color and the background color. You can also adjust the line width, blur, and other common settings such as seed, scale, speed, and more, similar to what we saw in the liquid gradient shader. Play around with these settings and find values that work best for your design. Once everything is ready, preview it and see how it looks. Just like these, Framer also includes particle shaders. So, let's take a look at the particle shaders next. So far, we've discussed how to use these shaders as backgrounds for your designs. Now, let's explore some other areas where we can use them. For this example, I'm going to create a card. First, draw a frame, add some corner radius, and apply a layout to it. Now, let's add a shader to this card. I think the liquid gradient shader will work nicely here, so just drag it into the frame. Next, make the shader absolute and set both its width and height to 100%. Make sure it covers the entire card perfectly. Now, add another frame inside the stack and increase its z-index so it doesn't get hidden behind the gradient. Then, set it to fill both the width and height. Next, select the parent frame and add some padding. Add some corner radius to the new frame and place your text and images inside it. And there it is, you can already see something interesting happening. The gradient now appears around the edges of the card, creating an animated gradient stroke effect. Since the shader is already animated, the border comes to life automatically, which looks really nice. Finally, tweak the gradient settings until you're happy with the result, and that's it. You now have an animated gradient stroke inside Framer without writing any code. Previously, this wasn't so easy, you either had to use custom code or add a video file. But now, the whole process has become much simpler. Now, let's check out another shader, the most interesting one in Framer, the logo shader. You might have already seen this effect online before, but the best part is you can easily create it inside Framer without any code. We'll check this one first, so just drag it onto the canvas. Now, on the right panel, under the logo gradient section, you'll see a few options. Here, you can change the logo image. You can upload both PNG and SVG files. You can also adjust the gradient colors and the background, and so on. It works perfectly for website designs. Just like this, there are other logo shaders as well. You can explore different variations and choose the one that best fits your design. Shaders are a great way to enhance your design, but always remember to keep things minimal. Don't add too many shaders to your website. It's better to use just one or two shaders rather than overdoing it. A clean and subtle use of shaders will always look more professional and keep your design focused. So that's it for today, guys. I'll come back with a new tutorial next time. If you liked this video, please subscribe, like, and share. Also, don't forget to share your feedback. Bye.